guys, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is episode 101 of the Everybody Hates HR podcast. Woo, we're back.
Happy New Year.
Woo, woo, woo.
I was going to say, can you still say that? But I'm Nigerian, so we can say it well into March.
It's summer.
Literally, Happy New Year. How about you?
I'm good. I'm not going to lie. I feel really good because we went to eat before we started recording. So you guys are going to get a little bit more of energy from me because I'm content, basically. Yeah, but yeah, I'm all right. I have builders in the house. Mm-hmm. Your builder.
Yep.
Lola's helping me out. She's basically like unintentionally the silent building partner. Yeah, silent building partner.
You know that guy, yeah, I've referred him like quite a lot of people now.
That's why he loves you.
Yeah, but I don't know how many just for quotes, I don't know how many of them have like gone through. I should be making commission. The old me would have tried to put some sort of commission.
You should have.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
I literally just want an easy life. That's my 2025. Like, I'm really about having an easy life.
Fair.
How's your New Year started?
In squalor with bricks everywhere.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's fine. It's been a bit it's been all right. It's been a bit weird because my son was a bit unwell, so that kind of threw my whole week. Where I work now, the whole company went to Denver. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to go, partly because of the building works, and secondly because what am I doing in Denver? When I heard -10, I said -10, and then the people from Singapore going, like one of my peers over there, she literally went to go and get a whole new wardrobe because they're not cold.
Not even Uniqlo will save you. Well, you have to get thermal.
Literally, yeah. So I was just like,
I don't know why saying that made my toes feel cold.
Yeah, like I'm just saying that between that and the building works, I was like, where am I going?
Yeah.
So I didn't go. So which means that work was radio silent this week. Yes.
And you used it to catch up on things that you have to do.
Yeah, I used like Law and Order as like homework.
So SVU.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on season 24.
Same.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning though.
Same. I think it's 4. Stabler's been back. Like he's back now.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Me neither.
Yeah, he's such a troublemaker.
Yeah, like it's like he hasn't learned anything.
He's a troublemaker. Why are they always holding you back?
Spoilers, yeah. But him and Liv should never happen.
Never.
But do you know who I do like for Liv?
Who?
Barbara.
Do you like Barbara for Liv?
I like Barbara for Liv.
Nah, I don't.
Why?
Nah, I don't. I don't know.
I really like him as a character, and I like him as a I think they'd be nice together. Like he has good emotional intelligence. Elliot Stabler is toxic.
Yeah, why are you always being held back? Like I just can't.
Like you're old, you're grown. Like when you were like a young detective, you're too grown for that.
Yeah.
Like you're not learning nothing.
Anyway. I do think Tucker was Liv's like person though.
Yeah, but I'm glad she didn't end up being with him, given what happened.
Yeah,
wouldn't have wanted her to.
R.I.P. Tucker.
Yeah. Anyway, if you don't watch SVU, what are you even doing with your life? Actually, listen, this is I think I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast, but there's a show I watched a couple of years ago called Severance.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, and it's literally I watched it in 2022. I think is when I watched it on Apple TV, and I've been waiting for season 2 since 2022. And I just think that's out of order. But anyway, it's out. It just came out yesterday.
You're talking to someone who watches Euphoria, so we've been waiting like 3-4 years.
I thought that was finished.
Now it's like in the balance.
Okay,
but I've given up.
But yeah, so it's finally back, and it came out yesterday, so I'm gonna start watching it again. But they're doing it week by week, which I just think is very rude. But yeah, my New Year's has been chilled. I haven't really done much for the last 2 weeks. Chin Chin is growing and get a puppy, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
You're laughing at Lola, don't do that.
No. Let me tell you something. When Chin Chin is out of the house, around other people, then she's doing up sweet. That's like when she was in the studio and whatever. When she's at home, she's like crazy. Like if I take her to other people's home, she's like shy and stuff. At home, she's actually like a crazy dog. And I'm trying to get her to trying to train her, but she won't work for free. And then my trainer said that we're not supposed to use treats for everything in it, that she should just respect me. But she don't want to work for free. Like I swear to God, if I put a treat in her hand, she'll do a backflip. Without the treat, she's just looking at me like,
what do you want?
What are we doing here? Yeah. So I'm trying to get her to be trained. And we went to the dog park and I met some new dog people. I've literally met more people in the last month in my area than I have in the almost 6 years that I've lived there because of the dog.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then I've been added to a cockapoos and cavapoos group for my local area. And now I posted her in the group, and today in the park someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, is this Chin Chin?" Blah blah. So we have dog friends now. It's all very cute.
That is
all very cute. Yeah, she's at home with my mum at the moment. And I understand I just spoke to my mum, also terrorizing my mum. So yeah, that's what it's been going on really.
That's where we're at. Now we're back in the HR pod hot seat with a new structure. Boom.
Yes. What is the new structure? I know it.
Yeah, me too. So basically what we're trialing out, and you guys let us know how you feel about it, is we're going to do a bit of news, current news, HR related news, whatever it is. And then we will
Do a
case and then discuss a few opinions or stuff, related to that case. We might go off on a bit of a tangent, but we'll come back to the case. And then we will end with a dilemma.
Yeah. We might flip the news and the case around from time to time, but you'll always see those things in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you start some news. I know what news you want to talk about.
My Shaylas, the Americans, might, as of tomorrow, be banished. I've been watching The Traitors. Maybe banished from TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm just really upset about it. And basically,
I can't believe it.
The only way that they can stay is if ByteDance, essentially,
the parent company of TikTok.
Yeah, the parent company of TikTok sell to someone else, or
they're gone.
They're leaving.
Yeah.
Because the Supreme Court held up their ruling. And I'm just like, but I've heard some, conspiracy theories that obviously with Trump coming into power, it's almost like a ploy so that he's like Captain Save-A-Ho kind of thing. And he's going to come in and be like, no, fear not. I'm going to save TikTok.
And then,
everyone's going to love him for doing it.
I don't even know if it's now I'm so skeptical about things. I don't know if it's true or deep fake or whatever. But did you see that post of Liz Truss? In the MAGA hat? Was that real?
Someone said she looks like an evil Paddington.
She's wearing a red MAGA hat and a blue coat, or maybe the opposite. But was that a real thing?
Yeah.
She was like, I can't wait for Trump's next term.
It was real.
America really needs it. Yeah. And she was wearing a MAGA hat. God, take me out of this Black Mirror episode. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Like, that's crazy.
She's I don't know. She just hates everybody.
I'm so upset that she has a place in history. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. So, yeah, with TikTok, I just think it's crazy because, I just didn't think it would get this far.
Me neither.
Then, I've seen a lot of people talking about it, a lot of the Americans talking about it. And kind of bringing it back to HR, there's so many people whose livelihoods are now,
in the balance.
Yeah, literally completely based on TikTok. So I saw some people people that maybe sell things on TikTok Shop, content creators, people whose businesses have been promoted or are shared or whatever on TikTok, and all of those people
who work for TikTok,
all the people that work for TikTok,
huge.
And all these people are going to lose their livelihood. Yeah, and I just think it's crazy because who would have thought, even 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I guess, this time before COVID, who would have even thought, oh my God, it's 5 years ago. Anyway, who would have even thought that so many people would be making money off TikTok?
I know.
And now so many people are, and for them to just take it away, and that's just life, right? Like, you should never have, if you ever did business studies or whatever, they always tell you if you run your own business or you're self-employed, you shouldn't have too much reliance on one particular client. And so a lot of people say they work for themselves, but I'm like, do you really work for yourself if your sole income comes from TikTok? So you can say you're an entrepreneur, but literally they've taken away your whole platform to make things now, and now they're just going to have no audience.
Do you think this is going to cause an extra boom on the other apps?
Red Note. I just saw everyone saying, okay, I'm on Red Note. I'm like, what is Red Note? And then I have actually downloaded it now just to see. It's the funny thing is another Chinese app.
Is it like TikTok?
It's like TikTok, yeah. People create content, but it does seem a bit more like high quality content.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's very similar, and it's really funny because Red Note have created a TikTok profile. I don't know if they had one before, but basically there's a lot of Chinese people, obviously it's a Chinese app, so they're talking about how to use Red Note, what is good on Red Note, teaching people Chinese. And it's so funny because so many content creators, I don't know if you've seen them, like these American content creators that are like speaking Chinese, they're like, we're ready to go to, it's funny,
been making me cry.
It's like, so funny, like they're speaking Mandarin. They're literally on app speaking Mandarin. They're like, yeah, we're ready to move over. And the people on the Red Note are calling the Americans TikTok refugees. They're like, since you have nowhere to go, we'll take you in, but this is what you've got to do. And they're saying that you should ideally put like Chinese subtitles on your app. You know, if you're going to come here. And they're like, go, if anyone, listen, just go on the Red Note profile for TikTok, and it's just hilarious. But yeah, but it's not going to, I don't know how it works. I don't know how the monetization works. I don't know if all those people that are going to lose their kind of income and their livelihoods. Anyone who's in the TikTok creator program and makes a lot of their money from that, or from live, or from TikTok shop, or from working at TikTok, or from people sharing their business on TikTok, they're just going to all be in a bad place.
That's crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. It's all well and good being like, oh, you're self-employed. And you can lose your job even if you're employed, I guess.
Yeah.
It's all well and good saying you're in. Do you think you're self-employed if you make your money on? You are, I guess. If you make your money on TikTok,
you are, but
you're not necessarily.
It's a very
it doesn't
risky,
feel like a business. You don't feel like a business owner.
It's very risky because even if you need to work with other brands, TikTok is like your platform to, you know. Oh, I don't know. I'm very intrigued on how TikTok as an employer, like the actual company, are handling it with the US employees. I'd love to know, like, what sort of communications are going out to them, because that's actually a very mad.
It is crazy. It's quite crazy.
Like, will people be able to like maybe relocate? You know, do some internal mobilization?
I reckon they'll just get rid of them. Get rid of a lot of them, unless they maybe put them on hold if they think that it's going to be like a period of a few weeks where it could go back on it.
What a crazy way to live.
But why? Like, and do you know what? I actually lost my phone before Christmas, my work phone, and I've just reordered it now. Like, I literally lost it in like November, and I haven't seen it since. And it's my work phone. I just thought, you know what? You call the landline if you really need me. But it's a Huawei phone. Like, and I've had it. It used to be my
that one
phone.
You lost it.
Yeah, I lost my Huawei.
So what did you order now?
I ordered my SIM card, and I've got a couple of phones in my basket, so I need to make the final decision. But I'm gonna get an Android because I think I will use my current phone for my work phone. I'll downgrade that, and I'll get a new Android. I think I like to have an Android and an iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I got that phone, everyone was like, "Oh, this is the one that the Chinese can use to spy on you with." And I'm like, if the Chinese are spying on me, yeah, I'm not the person to get intelligence from. They'll switch me off. It'd be boring. It'll be boring. That's what they're saying. Like, oh, they're gonna use Red Note to spy on you and do it. Like, let them use it.
People are just talking.
But why?
Ignorance.
I just like, yeah, it's crazy. Everyone's on Red Note now, though. All the Americans, they've run there, and it's so sad because you know that they've gone there because they have to. Like, they literally like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? All the content creators without this platform.
That is crazy, you know.
Sad.
That's a Black Mirror episode too.
Literally, and they've run to another Chinese app. Who's to say that they won't do the same thing?
Mad. Oh, eventually they will.
Ban Red Note.
Eventually they will. But you saw that. I don't know if this is true as well, but I saw the video from the CEO of TikTok, and apparently he's attending Trump's inauguration.
Maybe he's trying to build bridges. I don't know. Michelle Obama's not attending though.
I saw that. When they go low, you go lower.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what she said, but
it's what I heard.
Yeah. What was I going to say about Red Note or TikTok? But yeah, they'll probably eventually ban it. Oh yeah, so because it's all in like literally it's written in Mandarin, you have to accept the terms and conditions. And
in Mandarin,
and everyone was on the upset. Okay, yeah, but I want to join. But what do the terms and conditions say? And then everyone was like, can't be any worse than the ones that you've already signed up to on all the other apps.
That is so funny. I saw someone tweet actually that they want to charge Americans $70 to screen record their FYP for them and then like send it to them.
Why?
Because they won't have TikTok.
No, you can't be. What are they going to be doing? Having withdrawal? That's crazy.
You'd be surprised.
But I reckon there'll be a lot of VPNs. Yeah. Surely they can just access it on a VPN.
Of course.
Yeah. But I guess a lot of their audience will be gone, or maybe they'll be using catering their content to a more UK audience now. Because what you've got us, the Canadians, will still have access.
Yeah.
The Australians,
It's still a big world out there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of all the English speaking countries, and a lot of the world understands English anyway. So.
Like if they really want to, they'll be all right. And they still have the other apps, like they have YouTube, they have
but
Insta.
it ain't the same.
It's not
for short form content. Like Instagram is, it's not the same. It's no way near the same. I literally just watch dog reels now, like on Instagram.
I don't even watch reels on Instagram.
I literally watch them on my
unless it's house and
my dog's Instagram, because my dog has an Instagram.
Yeah.
At Chin Chin the Cavapoo. If anyone wants to follow my dog, she has a very exciting life. But yeah, I just go on that page and I just watch reels of dogs. Did you see the man who lost his dogs in the wildfire?
No.
Oh my God! So he found them. He was reunited.
Oh,
One of the
nice.
dogs waited at the house for 5 days, survived, and the other one was found. And he was just like, "I rescued them. They don't deserve this." And he was crying when he found them.
Oh,
very, 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 very cute. Yeah, but TikTok, RIP, TikTok in the US.
I mean, we've got till tonight. We'll see what happens.
To be honest, I really like a lot of UK creators, so I'm not that stressed about it. I do like the Americans because they're very messy, but yeah, I'm happy with our UK folk.
Did you see the guy who always does impressions of Cher Lloyd doing "Turn My Swag On"?
No,
he always does it. He's American, and she blocks him. I just think that's so funny.
Blocks him.
I just think that's so funny. Like, oh
Does she still make music?
I don't think so. She's like a mum and just content on Insta and stuff.
Oh, do you know who makes music that I didn't know about? I discovered yesterday. Lamar.
He still makes music.
Yeah, at least I don't know if he's been doing it since, but he has music out now.
Does he?
Yeah, Lamar.
He
sounds alright.
He's supporting Craig David at the O2 next month.
I saw him and Craig in the comments of DJ AG. He had Craig David was spitting some bars, and everyone was like, "I can't believe Craig." I was thinking, literally, Craig David MC. Like,
do they not know about Craig David?
It's their age is showing, but yeah. So I saw him in the comments of that video, and then I clicked on his profile, and I was like, "Oh wow, he's making music."
Wow, yeah. I used to love Lamar.
Yeah, same.
I loved that album. Dedicated was my.
You know what's really funny? Sometimes you care about your age, yeah, or sometimes you like to pretend that you don't know, and then other times you'll come in and saying that you used to love Lamar, talking about Dedicated album. Then now you're gonna start singing 50-50.
That was listen. I know the whole album from beginning to end, but we're not gonna do that. That's not why we're here.
Do you know what album that it would be for me? The equivalent album for me would be Mario. Mario's like
I'm seeing him in April.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing the Indigo.
Anyway, one thing is that Velisa don't invite me places.
Oh
I need people to know that Velisa actually doesn't invite me places.
The funny thing is, I have 2 tickets to Mario, and I've given my husband a deadline, and I've said, if you don't meet this deadline of coming to me with Mario, I'm going to find someone else to go with.
So what are his plans?
I don't know. And he likes Eric Bellinger, who's supporting Mario on that tour.
We can move on now, but I'm just saying, Velisa doesn't invite me places.
Can I just say?
I just need you all to know that Velisa doesn't invite me places, and
that's actually not true.
You think if you look back at me, I'm going to change my stance? Yes. Anyway, you guys have seen it. Velisa be going places. You thinking?
Where do I go?
You went to Usher without me
in Vegas.
How do you know I didn't want to come?
Are you seeing him in April?
No. But you know what? I haven't got tickets, but to be honest, I don't like fighting for tickets. I hate it. Like, I just feel like I hate it. And I always know if I want to go, I'll just get tickets before. Because there's always some idiot that bought so many tickets or waste them, or somebody always can't go. So I'm like, have I got tickets to see Usher in April? No.
Am I probably going to go see it?
Yeah.
Fair.
That's like how I feel about Beyonce. So to get Beyonce tickets, I was like, no, I'll get them when I need them.
Fair. Can I just say one more thing about albums? Mm-hmm. Emancipation of Mimi is like the best album.
Mariah Carey?
Yes.
The Emancipation. What's on the album?
Circles, Get Your Number, Shake It Off.
I thought you was going to sing.
I was going to, and I stopped myself. I just keep
please.
Turn around.
Do you want to talk about a case?
Okay.
I actually saw an interesting case. An NHS one.
We love the NHS here.
Yeah. The NHS, I don't know why they like to go to, I know there's public funds, so they can't just be settling, but they need to stop going to tribunal because they never win. And they never, I'm sure there's times where they maybe do win it, but a lot of the time they just lose. So basically there was this woman who she started the job in 2019. She was a healthcare support worker.
Okay.
And she went on maternity leave in I can't remember, sometime I think late 2019, came back in early 2021, and basically she had asked for somewhere to breastfeed, and they told her, okay, we can give you a room to breastfeed, but she said, I want ideally somewhere that has a lock on the door so that I can breastfeed.
I think I saw this.
Yeah, I can breastfeed like comfortably and like without being worried.
Mm-hmm.
And they just, for some reason, they said they couldn't give her a lock on the door. They told her that if she felt, anxious about it, she should use a chair to put by the door. And they gave her a do not disturb sign to put on the outside of the door when she was breastfeeding. And it made her like really anxious. And she was like, she didn't feel like she could do it in peace, and that her fears were basically realized when in the middle of breastfeeding, a male co-worker just burst in. And obviously she was exposed and everything, and she felt really upset about it. And they still didn't do anything. So then she went off in, actually made a complaint and everything. And then she went off again to have a baby, I think a year later. And when she was coming back in 2023, they said, okay, look, things are different this time. We've got a lock on the duty manager's door and you can use that office to breastfeed. When she came back, it turns out she could only use it at certain times, and she felt the way it was set up, because it was someone's office, she felt like it was very burdensome for her to like basically like, can I use the office? I need to use it now. So she was limited to specific times that she could use it, and she basically asked again, like, can I just give me somewhere to breastfeed? And eventually she ended up taking them to tribunal, and they ruled that it was harassment actually, because it was unwanted conduct. Like every time they basically refused to let her have somewhere to breastfeed in peace. And also I think sex discrimination, because obviously it's like something would have helped her to return to the office, and she was kind of discriminated against, and the fact that she's a woman played a part in that. But it was mainly the harassment element of it, like being refusing to let her have space. And I was surprised, because when I was reading it, I thought after the first time of them telling her she said that it was really degrading being told to put a chair against the door if she felt really strongly. And the thing is, I've worked in the NHS before. Are you trying to tell me there's no
That's
room?
what I was thinking, yeah.
There's so many rooms that should be
they could have one for like that purpose. Yeah,
or access to a room. Like,
yeah, of course.
I just think it's crazy that she had nowhere to breastfeed. And imagine like saying, okay, do not disturb sign. People don't read things.
They don't. They just burst through doors.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's irritating. That's just irritating. That's annoying. And also, as someone who's breastfed as well, like it hurts. Your breasts are like, if you can't breastfeed or express when you need to, like you will be in pain because your breasts are full, right? So for them to, even with the room where she can only use it at certain times, like
how do you know that's when I'm gonna need it?
Like that's really irritating and just thoughtless. I just don't understand.
Twice, like in two separate.
Who's working in these places that didn't just think, do you know what? Let's just dedicate a room.
Let me find out what trust it was.
Because she can't be the only person that needed to breastfeed and stuff. So I don't understand that.
Yeah. So, but it makes you think like, what's the standard approach that they have? They must not have one.
They don't. They all these NHS trusts, they work differently.
So what trust was it? It was in Cardiff.
Oh.
What trust was this? Cardiff and Vale University Health Board.
Okay.
So she joined as a healthcare support worker. So yeah, do
you know how much she got
awarded? Let me see if they have even awarded the money yet. I don't think they've said how much she's going to get yet. I think they've just decided in her favour, and I think compensation is to be decided. But when we find out what it is, I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
But these things, what I hate about cases like this is it's so easily avoidable. Those are the cases that I hate the most. It's like it would have been so easy just to do the thing. It would have been so easy just to give her somewhere where she could just express.
And that's why I always wonder who is working in these places. Why did no one use sense and logic to say, come on, this is not worth the trouble, guys. Let's just get a room in place. Like she cannot be the only person that needs a private room.
I worked somewhere, right? I did a contract somewhere where they had a room, and that room was like a multi-purpose private room.
Offices love that.
You could go, and I actually thought they were doing something, but they were really doing nothing. So for instance, is a room that you could use to pray. A room that one room, like it was a meeting room, but it was kind of blacked out. So like from the outside, so you couldn't see inside. One room that you can use to pray, breastfeed, any of that kind of stuff that you need to do in private, one room. And it was like a small meeting room. And I just remember thinking, what's wrong with these people? like they really thought they were doing something, but they were really doing nothing, because like you need, I don't know, I just can't wait to get to a place where we think about stuff like this. Like, you know what would have been like where you could even do it? Like, you know, some companies have booths, like private booths. Mm-hmm. That would be absolutely fine if you have one which is discreet and people can't see into. Like, and then that can be multi-purpose. You can actually use that to make a call. You could use it to, you know, you can use it to breastfeed. If you get a bigger one, like that, are like a space in your office, and obviously not every company is going to be able to do this, but where you actually have a number of private spaces and maybe a bigger communal space for people who don't mind doing stuff together, like praying together at certain times. Like, I just think it's crazy that I really hate stuff that's done half-hearted. I get the idea that's like, you want to do something. But like, for instance, in my office, we don't have anything because it's literally an office space that we rent in the building. And there are other places, but I would have to be honest and say, like, we don't have that. And then we have to try and come up with a solution. Yeah. But it's just when you're like a big company or like an NHS trust or like, it's just, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, just be sensible.
I don't know. Obviously, you know, as a HR tech girly, like
you can't relate.
Every single office has they all have, and it's got like a logo, like literally.
So like literally a breastfeeding.
It's just for breastfeeding. Yeah, just for feeding. It's even is
it private or is it for like any woman that's breastfeeding? Can you go in a group? Or
No. Just one at a time, and it's even for, you know, when people come in with their kids to visit and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like they can book it out for them and stuff for that as well. Oh, nice. Like it's very thoughtful, yeah.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
And I understand that NHS doesn't have money. Like we all know that NHS doesn't have money, but
they have rooms. They have space.
Rooms. Come on. Like they got a real estate that they're all renting from bloody.
Let's be serious.
The royal family.
Literally.
There's definitely space there. Like even empty rooms. Saying that, like, I remember when I was working, when I did that contract in the NHS. The thing that just said everything for me was like between the desks. Okay, I don't know how to explain it. You know that blue divider, the blue desk divider that's between desks? They had that. And I swear to God, I haven't seen that in like so many years.
It's given 90s.
A blue desk divider. I couldn't believe it.
Blue is NHS though.
No, that's not why it was blue though. It was like, do you remember at school when you had those like dividers? That's what it reminded me of. Like it reminded me of like the divider between the desk. It was blue, and I remember my screen was sat on a bunch of books.
Oh
because
no!
it should have been height adjustable. It wasn't height adjustable, so they'd put it on the books and a celebrations tin.
This government needs to do better. They need to do better. Like honestly,
and that was like 2022.
The government needs to. That
was 2022. So I'm just like, what? Like.
They're taking the piss. They're taking the piss.
It was on a celebration tin and a bunch of boots. I mean, a bunch of books. So that because they needed to adjust the height, and like the filing cabinet was like, you know, the filing cabinets which are like they look like they're wood but they're laminate.
Yeah.
And then they have everything about it just made me feel like this place is. And then the carpet was also blue. Or grey, it was very strange.
What carpet?
And on my last day, I'm traumatized. On my last day in the office, on that contract. Okay, so basically the office had a mice problem. Yeah,
I wouldn't come in, by the way.
I didn't know, right? But somebody had told me that, you know, we had this call about improving the office environment, and I was thinking, what's all this code that we're talking in? Like, you know, it's nice to have a clean environment where we don't, you know, not visited by any friends, and that's like, people. I realized like. We're talking about mice, and then so I would never stay in the office after like 5. Like after 5, I'm going. Once people start going, because one thing I know about mice, like they like the quiet.
Yeah, they do.
So my very last day in the office, I was talking to somebody and just kind of saying bye, and I just heard someone screaming, and there was a mouse running around in the office, and I was in there, and I just
they'd never see me again.
Yeah, I mean, and it was my last day, and I was just like, you literally, we're working like these people are trying to save lives. Yeah, or supporting people in saving lives, working toe to toe with Ratatouille, them man.
Government needs to
that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, when we can't, like when you're trying to do basic things like pest control, I kind of get that. Maybe the breastfeeding situation is further down the line.
Just genuine question: what happened to like assassinations and stuff?
Of who?
Of like government.
Are you not seeing what's happening in the US?
And presidents and.
Are you not seeing what's happening in the US?
Yeah, but what happened to
that
the
guy? That guy's become. You know what it is? It's the fear of assassinations left people in it. Everything is so.
Yeah, like what happened to the Guy Fawkes? Where they all gone?
I think that guy brought back fear, because like, you know, all of the chief executives. So, I mean, we're talking about opinion anyway. I talk about it. So, while we were away, the chief executive of UnitedHealthcare, that was called United Health, was basically assassinated, right? So a guy, Luigi Mancini or something, he basically shot the chief executive, and it was assassination, that a politically motivated one, I guess. So a lot of people in the US have been really upset about the way healthcare companies have basically managed themselves. They pay a lot of money for healthcare, and sometimes there's the perception, and actually proven in some cases by people that work there, that the healthcare companies are purposely trying not to pay out on the insurance, which means that like people literally die.
So what happened to his mum, right?
I don't know, was it his mum?
Yeah, his mum was unwell.
Yeah, and so the healthcare company did something, and like, which felt unfair, or they didn't pay out on the claim, and apparently they're routinely doing these sorts of things. And so he basically assassinated the CEO, and since, like, he has become a bit of a vigilante hero sort of thing.
And people fancy him.
Yeah, so obviously never good to kill people. Let's start with that. But I think people are kind of not thinking about that, because they're basically saying that, like, you know, they've lost loved ones because of the actions of this person or this company, and they're kind of just over it. Like, it's going more towards like the kind of Guy Fawkesy kind of not happy with them.
No, that's what needs to happen. People need to remember why they've taken these jobs, and
they need to remember the risk that comes with these jobs. Obviously, we don't support killing anybody, but I just think that the fear of assassination and all, like, and now a lot of the companies, they've taken, as I said, they've taken their leadership teams off the website so that people don't know who they are, and then they're also putting statements out and, like, you know, retranching some of the stuff that they've said before, because they're actually scared for their lives. And that is what is going to encourage them to make better decisions for, like, the greater good kind of thing, which I think is crazy. And if you're like the CEO of United Healthcare or any of these companies, what's crazy is that it's not like you're Jeff Bezos. Like, I reckon Jeff Bezos is a billionaire, but we all know who he is. Yeah. Like, if I was to see Jeff Bezos, I'd probably, like, Elon Musk, I'd definitely know. Unfortunately, that's put his face everywhere. But these people, they make these big decisions which can literally, I'm not saying it's just him, but can literally impact lives. But you live a life of relative anonymity. So they don't have, like, heavy security, because no one even knows who they are. So they just walk around, and that's basically what happened to this guy. Like, he was just walking, what was he? I can't remember where he was. No, I mean, what was he doing? But either way,
he was just going to his car.
Yeah, they don't walk with, like, security. They're just like the CEO of most companies, right? That, like,
like I saw the CEO of LinkedIn recently, and
I didn't even know who that is.
I saw him and I said,
how do you know?
He could walk right past me. He went on a podcast.
Oh, okay.
But I literally, this could be any man. Like, you would not know that was a billionaire walking past you, just living his life.
So basically, all of those people, they live a life of relative anonymity, and that's how they've done it. But now they've literally, like, stripped all their faces off the website. They don't want anyone to know who they are. You obviously still be able to find out, but it'll be harder to know what they look like and stuff, because they're genuinely scared. And it reminds me of governments. Like, governments are the same. Like, a lot of like, besides the prime, there's a lot of people that work somewhere in government that make important decisions that no one knows who they are.
Yeah. Do you think, as a HR professional, like, obviously we're senior in terms of our skill set of HR, but in terms of, like, seniority in the workplace in different companies, do you think you would be more careful about where you worked from an ethical point of view the higher up the ranks you climbed? So, for example, because
yes,
you would?
Yeah, I would, because
so does that mean, not to put you on the spot, so if Apple approached you and said, you know, Lola, we want you to be the CHRO of Apple, would that be a job you don't take?
Do you know? Yeah, it would just depend on, like, I wouldn't want to do that job. Yeah.
But is that because of ethical reasons?
For both.
Okay.
For both, like, for ethical reasons, and I just think that job, I don't want to do that job. This is not a job that interests me, right? But, like, I think I can't think of a company that I've worked at. Actually, I can, but most companies I work at, or anyone works at, especially if it's consumer goods, they're doing harm somewhere. It's about how aware you are, and obviously we all know about, like, you know, the minerals that go into, like, iPhones and Congo and all of that other kind of stuff, which is a big reason why I wouldn't want to do it. But I still, as I just said, I still have an iPhone. So it's kind of like, maybe I wouldn't want to be involved in the production of it, but obviously I'm still contributing to that anyway. So I wouldn't judge someone that did that job, because at the end of the day, we're all complicit in it. But if it was something like, I wouldn't work at a tobacco company. I've said that before. Like, I would never work at a tobacco company. Now they're all trying to say, oh yeah, we're trying to reduce the use of tobacco and, you know, go for these tobacco-less products or helping people to quit smoking. But you can't be the cure and the cause. Like, you just can't. So I wouldn't work at a tobacco company. I could do alcohol. I wouldn't want to work in gambling. But I actually think I would feel more comfortable with gambling than I would with tobacco, because I think I don't mind working at companies that do bad if they don't have to do bad, if you know what I mean. Like alcohol companies, for instance, there's a lot of people that suffer with alcoholism, but I think the alcohol industry could still be good. It would still work if there wasn't alcoholics.
Yeah.
Whereas the kind of tobacco industry, it literally works on people being addicted. Like, you have to be people have to be addicted. Yeah, for it to work. Yeah. They have to be repeat consumers, and like literally you have to kill people in order for that to thing. But the higher up I went in the company, the more influence you have. So you can't just be like, it's a company that I work at, I don't have anything to do with the decisions. Once you're involved in decisions that are gonna negatively impact people or stuff like that, like I just wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't want to do it either. Like, as I said, even 2025 and beyond, I just want peace within myself, within my heart, within my mind, within my conscience. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to think, oh, am I doing a bad thing? Like, is this, I don't know. What about you?
I have never really thought about where I wouldn't work in terms of industries. The only industry I know I wouldn't want to work for is fast fashion. Yeah. Even though, like, you know, I do get a bit of gym wear from, but when I buy it, that's it. You won't see me there again for ages. Yeah. So I think, fast fashion is an industry I wouldn't work in. And then I'm like, kind of...
Wait. So now, like, let's say, I was going to say Topshop, but let's say...
Don't do it, because I know who you're going to say.
Yeah. I can't do it. But let's say... I'm trying to think of companies now. I can't think of any of them now. Just give me a company.
Netflix.
No, a fast fashion company.
Oh, Shein, PLT.
But no, but when you think of fast fashion, you're talking about that kind of stuff. Are you talking about H&M, Zara?
I would never work for Zara. I love Zara, but I would never work for Zara.
Zara is still fast fashion.
It is, but I wouldn't work for Zara.
H&M is still fast fashion, like all of that other kind of stuff. So,
do you know, I wouldn't work in retail. What am I saying? I wouldn't.
Clothing retail or any retail, like Curry's.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It's not interesting, is it? Yeah.
No, it's not for me.
I wouldn't want to do, in the line of work we're in, I wouldn't want to do retail anyway, because I just think...
Hell.
Yeah, I just think the population, respectfully, it's not one that I'm interested in managing. I really like I like a white collar group of people. I know my
what,
people.
Classist.
It's not even classist. It's just I just know what I like. I've done it for long enough now. I know that what the challenges are.
Yeah.
And I don't like volume. That's my issue. I don't like volume.
Yeah.
I don't like volume anything. So like volume ER, volume performance, volume dismissals. I don't like volume, and it works on volume. I'd rather do less things. I'd rather do less things that are more complex than lots of things that are really simple.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
So I wouldn't work in, but that's not about the ethics of it, because I find it really hard, like personally, to be like, I wouldn't want to work for a company knowing that I patronize that company. So whether I work for them or whether I purchase from them, I'm still contributing. Yeah. But I would definitely never work for PLT, Shein, Boohoo, and I would go as far as to say I wouldn't even work with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Like if we ever got the opportunity, I wouldn't want to work.
I'm
for
happy
PLT.
with you standing on that. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't. Do you know what? And I just think they're rubbish. So I don't know about Shein, because my friend was telling me I should go on Temu to buy stuff for my dog. So I don't know if it's good for stuff like that, but in general, like clothes that where they're sewing help me into the label, or it's full of lead. Or I actually bought something from PLT for the first time early last year, and it was terrible.
Really?
I literally couldn't believe it. It was for my friend was having a birthday, and it was X-Men themed, or like not X-Men themed, superhero. You have to come as DC Marvel character. And so I needed a jumpsuit because I was going a storm, and I bought lots of stuff from PLT, and the quality was so terrible. And I see people wearing PLT stuff all the time online. I'm just like, this can't be what they're wearing. I don't know if it just photographs really well.
I think it depends on what it is.
It was terrible. And they have this range, I think I mentioned, and it's like I thought it was like, you know how ASOS have Hourglass?
Yeah.
And like I've got a big...
I'm wearing Hourglass.
Yeah, really. Yeah. But you know, if you've got like a big bust or like a big hips or something, it works. But that's what I thought it was. But this range, I didn't realize it was a BBL range. So when I got the jumpsuit, it had these flaps on the side, which I think which were for my hips. Yeah, but for the hips.
That's ridiculous.
They were for the hips, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I was like, "Okay, so it's a BBL range."
That's crazy. Anyway, dilemma. Let's move on.
Okay. Oh, no matter what I do. All I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy. You. I caught you there. I wasn't sure what you were doing.
Thank you. That was our mini intro to the dilemma.
Yeah.
So
do you think no flag on YouTube?
Come on, let's be serious. No
I think
way.
We hit the notes.
We did hit the notes.
Okay, it's more of a cover than anything.
Yeah, it's a cover. Okay, so it's been split into 4 different things, this dilemma.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
So it's actually someone writing in on behalf of a friend. So
friend.
Yeah, friend. So it says, "Hey ladies, I have a friend that is experiencing a very toxic work environment. Here are the details. Workplace victimization and discrimination. So since joining the company in January 2024, has experienced situations that can only be described as victimization and discrimination. They have raised safeguarding concerns internally and externally, advocating for diversity, equity, and inclusion as a means to address communication gaps and strengthen the company's commitment to serving marginalized communities. Unfortunately, the efforts to raise these issues have been met with an increase in bullying." That's all it says. The next bit is GDPR related. So it says they didn't consent to their photo being used in line with GDPR regulations. Despite this, they have faced repeated harassment from their employer with regards to a decision to use their picture online for the website and for online meetings. Their employer abruptly ended the call when they brought this forward. Following this, they were informed that their photo would stay on the company's website at the company's discretion, with a promise that they would be shown the photos again before they were published. And then the third one is change in behavior from leadership. So after standing firm on the decision with regarding the use of their photo, their line manager began to ignore them, and the CEO physically moved her desk away from this individual, noticeably relocating to the opposite side of the room, which has been detrimental to them. They are unable to express themselves without feeling dread or anxiety at the moment. They just say as little as possible and agree with whatever the CEO says to avoid any further,
Give a small business,
definitely untoward toxic behavior towards them. Finally, they have formally requested a flexible working arrangement in line with the government legislation. The initial informal request was denied, with the reasoning granting that flexibility for this individual would necessitate doing so for others. She emphasized that given the current workplace treatment and its impact on her mental health, having an additional work from home day would allow her to remain more productive while addressing her decline in well-being. The flexible working request was declined, with reasons being that it is not a genuine business reason.
I mean, I hate saying this to people, but just leave. Like, I hate saying this, even in the job market as it is. Yeah, just leave. Like, let's be productive. So the first part, it's hard to even comment on, because you're saying there's been an increase of bullying harassment, victimization,
Mm-hmm.
there's no context, so it's hard to respond to it. So, for instance, victimization would only be if they had raised some concerns. I know they said they raised concerns around safeguarding. So now I started to think safeguarding of employees, safeguarding of kids. I don't know. So maybe when they raised that as a result, they've experienced negative behavior, which I guess would be victimization. But it's hard to know like what actually has happened because there's really little information. Because sometimes people say bullying, victimization, harassment, and sometimes it's not. But without that, I can't really say. The flexible working request. No, sorry, the photo was the next thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, why would you just not use this individual's photo?
I really don't understand that.
Why are you going through the trouble?
I don't get it.
That is harassment and bullying. Because
that actually is.
You're consistently and constantly saying, no, we're going to use your photo, even though they're saying, no, don't want you to. GDPR, leave it alone.
Internal meetings, I get. But internal meetings I'm less fussed about. The website is crazy.
Like
internal meetings, I'm thinking, is it like, did they put it on her team's profile, or is it like in the deck where they're talking about the team? And it's like,
I think that's fine.
I don't think it's the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? But the website is crazy, and it's coming and telling you, okay, fine, we're gonna, we might use it, but we'll show you the pictures before. What is that going to do?
Like, is it because I am your DEI?
That's what it's giving.
Yeah, that's what it's giving. Like, please, we have no one else. Like, we have to use your face.
Because I can't imagine an employee coming and saying, please don't use my phone on the website. And we're saying, like, usually we make people sign things when I've worked to say that they're happy to be used.
Yeah.
Or at least write it in an email and put it in writing that you're actually happy to be used on the website.
Very mad.
It all sounds very toxic. What was the other thing?
The CEO moving across the room.
That's crazy. That is actually bullying. That's actually bullying, and it could be victimization depending on what has happened before. I mean, what's the point in raising a grievance? You raise it, because I always say half the time you're raising a grievance to just show that you raised a grievance and you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah, and then the flexible working one. To be fair, if your mental health and well-being is declining because you're being in the office, why are you not calling in sick? Why are you doing the flexible working request?
Small company, you might not have sick pay. And especially if you know that you would actually be fine if you were at home, I think that you could try and position that as a reasonable adjustment.
Yeah, it is a reasonable adjustment, but I don't know. Like, if the people, you're writing this to the people who are causing your well-being to decline, so it just doesn't make sense to me.
But if it's about being
that
in the
you
office,
would think it would be approved. Do you know what I mean?
You still have to ask. Don't ask, don't get. Like, I do think, like, when it comes to the flexible working request, the fact that they're saying it's not a genuine business reason, it doesn't have to be. My flexible working request does not have to be a genuine business reason for you.
No,
it's for my life.
For her, yeah.
So the business can't decline it on the fact that, it's not a business reason. That's not why you give people flexible working.
I feel sad for this person, but from when you're saying that the CEO, like, the CEO knows you, what can you do apart from leave?
You can complain and then leave. Because if you complain first, and if you decide to do anything about it outside, so you're saying bullying, harassment, victimization, if these things are true and maybe there's been some discrimination or something, you need evidence that you did try to deal with it internally. So that's the only thing. But trying to stay in a company like this, there's so many things that don't even make sense. I don't see why you do it. And if the CEO is doing that, you work so closely with the CEO, presumably either you're super senior or this company is
really small, yeah.
And if the company is really small and that's how the CEO behaves, like, what chance do you have?
And you've only been there 12 months. This is not like something that has happened over time.
Yeah.
That means that in 12 months, that's all you've experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it just, I don't know, that doesn't make sense. I would
complain first and I would leave, because I think when you complain internally, it helps you to have the leverage to, if you do want to take it externally, to, say, well, I did try to deal with it, because sometimes tribunal judges will try and see if you attempted to resolve it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's helpful to that person, but I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, leave. Complain and leave.
Leave, sis.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Let it go.
Let it go. I've never watched Frozen.
Wow, have you not? Have you watched Encanto?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Encanto.
You're forgiven then.
I know all the songs from Encanto.
Do you? I do, but not by choice, because my niece just loves Encanto.
I've watched it like 3 times now.
Oh, I've watched it. Every time my niece stays over, she watches Encanto.
What's your favourite song?
Bruno, obviously.
Everyone says that, but I don't really
talk about Bruno.
That's
Was
such
our
a
wedding
boring.
day.
That's such a boring song. Like,
No,
everyone
it's
really likes that song.
not.
I like the song for, I can't remember the name of the song now. I don't want to sing it. The Pressure song. From the sister.
Oh,
The strong one.
Yeah. I see the video, like the.
Yeah.
in my head.
That's the best song
Do you know what's gone triple platinum in my house actually?
in my house.
The Lion King, Always Wanted a Brother, and Bye Bye.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say Aaron Pierre. That's
Mufasa.
Mufasa. Aaron Pierre.
Oh my gosh, that's also gone triple platinum,
Yeah.
but only to me, not to anyone else. But yeah, like my son, we went to watch it in the cinema. I took him to the Everyman to watch it, and the songs have just been on repeat. Like he loves
That
those
one
songs.
about brother. I only know it because of TikTok.
I played the one with like the Ghanaian like African remix in it,
I
and my
saw-
son started crying.
Have you seen those two?
He was like, "No, the one that does the
Yeah. Are they gone in? I think they're gone in, right? Are they
yeah,
gone in?
the American those. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
So we'll lose them
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, I haven't watched it yet, you know.
It's actually better than
I literally know that song because please don't talk about my brother.
He's not a stray, he's my brother. Yeah, like my son loves those songs, so they've gone triple platinum. And this Lion King is better than the last one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what's it?
You only hear
the
Beyonce
live
for like 2
action
seconds.
one?
You know, there's been 2 live action ones.
Yeah.
This live action is better than the last one.
How was Blue? Our favourite
She's
Nepo
in
baby.
it for like maybe 4 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know she had a do you know what's mad? Yeah, not Aaron Pierre, but the other people that are in it. I'm just like, imagine being in this, doing most of the work in the film, and then everyone's gassed that Blue Ivy had 3 minutes of speaking.
I know. She's barely in it. Beyonce's barely in it. Childish Gambino is barely in it. So it's you know, it's the story, the backstory of Scar and Mufasa. So, and also, do you know what's weird? The American plays Scar, who's British, and then Aaron Pierre plays Mufasa, which is like really weird. But
why? And also, why are they?
also, sorry, Aaron Pierre's quarter Sierra Leonean.
Is he from Croydon?
Yes, he is.
Look at that. I mean, so I claim Croydon is South London. Some people try to.
No, I think it is. It is. Yeah.
Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron Pierre.
I'm loving the Mario one. To be fair,
I
came out. It just came out, but you know, I'm a Mario fan.
Mario. Was he good? Did he dance?
Yeah, they did. Let Me Love You like remix as he came down the tunnel. Yeah, it was very. They gave vocals for him. Yeah, it was very cute.
I like Tiara's one.
Oh yeah, that was good.
There's a lot.
Oh my god, do you know who has a really good one? Ava from Abbott's Elementary.
I don't watch it.
Oh my god, do you not watch it?
No, but I know I would like it because all the people that like the same things I like
oh my
it.
god, so Ava's like the principal of the school, yeah. And basically there was a episode in a season where they wanted her to do stuff and they were trying all these different things to try and get her to like say yes, basically. And the way that they got her to say yes was to play Juvenile, Back That Ass Up.
And is that the song they did?
Yeah, that's the song they did to get her down the tunnel.
No, I love that Spirit Tunnel. It's so good.
It's amazing.
Oh, you was telling me that Graham Norton tried to do it.
He did with Flo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tut.
Was it good?
I mean, I like Flo, but it was okay.
And what's the? I feel like
but they haven't done it since, by the way. Since they got dragged for that Flo one, I haven't seen it since. So I think it was enough.
Didn't land well.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys,
like,
comment, subscribe. Do we have anything? It's New Year.
Follow us on Red Note.
I don't even. Hopefully, by the time this comes up, maybe we'll have a Red Note profile. if I figure out how to accept the terms and conditions.
Yeah, loads of exciting things coming in 2025.
So too many to talk about. Yeah. But yeah, please be following. Oh, I don't know if I said this before Christmas, but if you are following us anywhere except YouTube, go and follow us on YouTube.
Please.
So we've been growing our following like everywhere else, but we really need to get to like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And right now we're around like 813, 814.
Yeah,
so,
814.
Yeah. So even if you're not going to watch us on YouTube, go and subscribe because it will help us out and we really appreciate that.
Yes, please. That's a wrap, guys.
Bye.